Hello, welcome to the age of Aquarius. Welcome to the age of consciousness. In many ways, we perceive religion to be something that is a limitator of personality and self-expression. But the truth is, time for humans is very short. And I know I do sound like an ET saying these things sometimes, but it's true. We easily forget what has happened 500 years ago. Not in terms of written history, in terms of sensorial history. We're very disconnected to the fact that only 200 years ago, or nay, 100 years ago, one sardine was the dinner for 4 people in one household. And in that sense, we are so disconnected to the idea that religion itself is a limiting factor in one's life, when now religion is the biggest propeller of morality. Even though we are living in the age of Aquarius, reaching like the fastest speed of this time, or approaching the epitome of this time, truth is, morality is still a big part of us in terms of creating space for us to feel so deeply rooted in our moral sense and in our moral values, respecting our self-ethical and moral code, so that we feel grounded enough to pursue our consciousness. Because consciousness says very strange things. Consciousness is the byproduct of the age of Aquarius. Operating from consciousness is waking up in the morning and your soul, your intuition tells you, don't go to work today. Don't say anything to anyone. And you just don't go. And that is strange. You know the consequences you are facing here. You might get fired, you might get reprimanded, you might, torn your resume in terms of getting close to that promotion you wanted. But then the truth is, when you do operate from that place of consciousness, when the next day you go to work, you see that servers were down, or the Wi-Fi was gone for some reason, or there was like a massive reset in the office space and people couldn't work. That is the beauty of operating from consciousness. And that's the purpose of mankind right now. That's what we have to learn. But how do I link, and why am I talking about religion in the space of morality? We are in Athens right now. Behind me, there is a very small temple of Athena. And that small temple, and this is not a historical fact, is solely a channeled message from me right now. Not many people could go in there. Only high rank people could go in there. And when we're in Athens, we really understand the feel of status that societies used to have. We think we still live in a hierarchical society, and at some degree, and to some extent, we do. But in truth, is a hierarchy of our mind more than anything else. A slave in Egyptian times could never own anything unless he fled, like risking a lot to survive and make something for himself. Same applies in here. The life of the people of, quote-unquote, downstairs of the Acropolis is very different from the people that would come up here. Religion was castrating. It was, you're either supreme and closer to God, or the gods in this case, or you're not welcome. And sometimes we tend to glamorize the ancient times a bit. But the truth is, religion was a castrating system. Then we move on to the age of Pisces, to the era of Pisces, with Inquisition and Catholic Church and Christianity chasing witches, and all women have to be virgins, and sanctioning marriage in some form or another. And it was still castrating, but a little bit less, because people were closer to the knowledge of God, more than in this time. The cult of the gods would have been something individual and not so collective. No one could come to these temples. Today, whether we like it or not, religion is open to everybody. Anyone can enter a mosque. Anyone can enter a church. Anyone can enter any spiritual place, one way or another. One way or another. Not to a strict sense, but one way or another anybody can. And what happens in places of prayer, what happens in places of devotion to the divine, is that we realize consciousness. Though religion operates from morality, what is right and wrong, what is morally correct or ethically correct. But that is the groundbreaking view of Jupiter. The bridge that happens in between Sagittarius and Pisces. The bridge that links the morality of law and dogma and philosophy of Sagittarius and that spaceship that takes him all the way to Pisces and just leads to a place of consciousness that says, operate from divine right, operate from divine enlightenment, operate from divine guidance. Because in truth, we're all being guided to do something one way or another, whether on a philosophical, deterministic sense, or in a karmic sense, or in a motion sense. Astrology is dictating the compass of our lives by means of the motion of the heavens. So, the point of this channeled message today, I think, because I never know what they mean, is look at religion not as something castrating, or try to have a different approach to it today. Because the truth is, we've been looking at it as something that is diminishing us. In Christianity, it's, biggest religion in the world right now, therefore uniting most peoples of the world. But it's castrating in terms of you can't make money, you have to give everything to charity. You have to be chaste until you get married. You have to, so many things. You can't express any emotion, you can't. But at the same time, it puts you in a position of placing your hand in your heart and asking yourself, can I go to sleep in peace? And that is the beginning of operating from consciousness. Because if you feel at peace from a place of morality, from a place of feeling, I am abiding my moral code, then you will feel foundation and ground enough to operate from a place of consciousness. A place of consciousness that says divorce after 30 years of marriage and 3 kids. A place of consciousness that says flee home, move to Nepal. A place of consciousness that says leave your country, study Spanish, and go help the peoples of Peru. A place of consciousness that says don't go to work that day. A place of consciousness that says don't go to your regular coffee shop today, go to a different one. A place of consciousness that says speak to a stranger. Consciousness will be funny, weird looking, and very weird in feeling. The truth is, it points guidance towards the path of your own soul. And it directs the compass of the emotions in your life that lead you to completing your mission. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to help this channel because you think the message is for you, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Astrology is not about prediction. It's about knowing how to navigate yourself, using it as a tool. I'll see you on the next one. And until then, stay light, stay golden.